Hi, welcome to Jack's Wax Podcast. I'm Jack Nolan. Today we're going to cover one of the greatest selling albums of all time, Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. This album spent an unheard of 741 weeks on the top charts. Unbelievable. Everybody knows this iconic album cover. The prism with the light going through to rainbows. This album is just, it's amazing. There's a reason why it stood the test of time for so long on the charts, just because it's just unbelievable. Recorded in 1973, Abbey Road Studios. This is Pink Floyd's greatest album of all time. Again, one of the best-selling albums of all time. Has some real good instrumentals. Has some real good lyrics. Roger Waters, unbelievable guitar riffs by David Gilmour. Unbelievable keyboard and tracks by Richard White. A never heard of and frankly underpaid Claire Torrey on lyrics. Unbelievable album. I can't get over how awesome this album is. It starts off real slow, but let's get to one of my favorite tracks. This is Time. Everyone's heard of syncing this album up to Wizard of Oz, and it kind of plays through stuff. If you're on some kind of extracurriculars, you can notice stuff that happens, like when the bells happen at Time. That's when the Wicked Witch of the West first appears, or the Wicked Witch, whatever, one of the Wicked Witches appears. During Money, when the guitar, when it first starts, that's when the movie goes into color. When she's in with all the munchkins dancing around in sync with all the guitars. This was Pink Floyd's 8th studio album. Released again 1973. Built on some tracks from former members Syd Barrett. And it went through a lot of mental illness for some of the themes in this, like brain damage and Eclipse, kind of based on Syd Barrett's, mental illnesses as a result of drug use. He left the band in 1968 after some of their early albums, but this kind of went through some of their older stuff, but combined with newer stuff. It was really ahead of its time in how they recorded this. Tape loops. They would record some with, they would record tracks in parts. They would record the instrumentals, but then they'd loop that with the vocals, or they'd loop it with background singers into it. Some of the band members said that they just wish the public could hear it through, as we hear it, because they never did that. They recorded it just in tracks. They didn't just sit down and record all the instrumentals and the vocals straight through. Like with this, they recorded the instrumentals and then dubbed over Roger Waters' vocals over it. David Gilmour has some unbelievable guitar riffs in this song, Time, too. And so none of the band members or the producers, engineer of this was Alan Parsons. He was kind of leading the way in how to record this album. None of them heard it straight through. They just heard it in parts. Roger Waters played this for his now ex-wife, but his wife at the time. She played it straight through, and at the end she just started crying. She was just weeping. because she said it was just absolutely beautiful. And it is. You know, it's a gorgeous, beautiful album. I remember when I got this CD I got it on CD when I was in high school. Was 16. Listened to it straight through and was like, oh, so this is what all the hype was about. My dad told me, he's like, now try it with headphones on, because when you put it with headphones on, some of the songs go in and out of your brain. It's really cool. Definitely recommend listening to that. You know, if you can hook up headphones to your record player, or if you got it on CD or got it on iTunes, to listen to it with the headsets on. Stuff goes in and out of your ears, sits in the middle of your brain. It's really cool. This album was so ahead of its time. Let's cut to cut to Money. You probably have all heard this before. The artwork on this album is unbelievable. They wanted to keep it simple. They wanted to make it like their stage lighting too. The designer, Storm Thorgerson, a Swede or Norwegian, designed this, and it is one of the most iconic record covers in all of rock and roll history, and probably in all time. Again, this spent 741 weeks in a row on the top Billboard charts, from 73 to 1988. 50 million copies sold. It's been remastered and redubbed a bunch of times. Well received by critics, obviously well received by fans, and it's consistently ranked as one of the greatest albums of all time. On the inside, you see all the tracks with the lyrics on them too. Breathe, Time, the Breathe Reprise, Money, which is right now. My favorite Floyd song, Us and Them. Then Brain Damage and Eclipse. You know, this is just an outstanding, gorgeous album. It's something to listen to when you're, you know, just want to relax after a long, hard day at work, or, you know, winding down. You know, it's got some soft, mellow tracks. It's got some real upbeat, just kind of, you know, like Money, like Time. You know, some stuff that really kicks, but it's just a gorgeous album. I absolutely love this album. When I got this record from a Goodwill store in Peoria, Arizona, and it's still in good shape. It's used, but still in real good shape. Again, one of my favorite vinyl records that I got. You know, I just cherish everything Pink Floyd does, but this is just the best. This is by far their best work, I believe. You know, and again, and when you play it straight through, man, you just feel afterwards like, man, that was just a journey. It was a gorgeous album. So check this out. You know, it's just a great record to throw on at the end of your day. So that's it for Jack's Wax. I'm Jack Nolan. This was Jack's Wax Podcast. Join me next time when we're gonna go check out Jimi Hendrix. Have a good rest of the day and keep on rocking, everyone.